right now. There is one thing that ESO has desperately fucking needed. The one E system. And to be fair, I only thought about this today. So how shit am I to not realizing on what the game needed? I've got ideas on making players stronger. You know, I've got like a shit ton of ideas for that, but this idea really takes the fucking cake. Because what better way to increase player power than to put in a tier system? Now you would possibly be saying, Demon, what is a tier system? Well, I'm glad that you asked. A tier system is obviously a system with tiers. In my case, this tier system will have 5 tiers, because we are going to be using the Elder Scrolls tier system for actual spells. If you've played any of the single player games, you got Novice, you got Advanced, you got Expert, Adept, and Master. These tiers of magic are already in the single player games. So why don't we make a system that brings these 5 tiers into the actual game? And I can give you an example. Let me go to an ability. Let's say Uppercut, right? This is the basic ability, which means this is a novice ability, right? Yeah, up in the top corner, with the new tier system, this would be classed as a tier 1. Okay? Now when you morph an ability, like Summoner's Armor, this used to be Bone Armor, right? When it's morphed, it will be classified as an advanced spell, or ability, as I should say. So with this, we would be adding in 3 new morphs to every single class ability, ultimate, every single weapon, armor, everything. All these abilities, they would have 5 morphs to them. And obviously the master abilities are going to be the hardest hitting abilities. If they're DPS abilities, they will be harder hitting. So let me go back to I would say let me go back to here. Now, Uppercut, I'm a mag user. Okay? The Uppercut is like 6k. If I had a greatsword, it would be up, right? So about 6k plus, right? I would say for any ability to be morphed, I would think that it would have to be doubled, right? after thinking this, then you should hit the like dizzy and swing should hit like with this flat number. You should hit about, let's say, 12k when dizzy and swing is up to like level 5, right? So when it's up to level 5 like it is now, which uppercut is ready to morph, then dizzy and swing would morph into something else. You see, because when the ability gets morphed, it will increase the damage by a little bit. Then every level it will increases until it gets up to the 5th level, which will hopefully double the initial the initial move. Now I don't mean that if dizzy and swing would hit for 12,000. I don't mean that the 3rd morph would hit for about 24,000, unless unless we could actually do that. All right, but if we can't, then I would say increase. Increase dizzy and swing from 12, add in another 6, so it would be about 18. Yeah, 18k for the 3rd one. Another 6, 23. And then the final 6, which a master version of an uppercut would hit for about, I would say 29, nearly 30 fucking thousand on one hit. That's the tier system, you know. That's the tier system that I just fucking came up with today, and now I do actually think that it should be implemented into the game. And with the example that I just done, this was on a mag character. Imagine the damage figures if it was on a stam character. It would be fucking higher, wouldn't it? So whatever, yeah. So if you were spec'd on to, so if you were a stam player, I'm guessing, that it would hit, that an uppercut would hit around for like 9, maybe 10,000. Okay, and then it would morph, and possibly hit. But even though nowadays it wouldn't hit for, double. Or would it? You get what I'm on about. But that's basically the tier system. But the tier system would not just be for abilities. Oh, no. This new tier system would be for sets as well. Oh yes. Could you imagine? This right here is like, it would be the novice for Zon. Could you imagine this? Multiply all of this by 5. Imagine the damage. Even on, for every single set. Imagine that. Imagine how much people would grow in power. Could you imagine it? Because I fucking can. Now I know what you must be thinking. But you must be thinking that I'm drunk. I'm not. Maybe drunk with power, because I want to see players be more powerful than they are now. And I don't mean that we should have all this power, right? And not be able to survive. Of course not. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm just saying that every single thing should have this tier system. The abilities, even the passives. I don't know how that would work, but I would think that... Actually, I think passives might be a bit too far. Or just by... Oh, I don't know, just doubling, so that 8% would be to 16, and then the third, that would be 24, and then again, what again would that be 32, and then pretty much I think the final one would be about 40%. Yeah, I know that would be fucking insane in the fucking membrane, but you know, people would, like I said, I think doing the tier system for the passives as well might be a step too far. But I do think that the tier systems for the abilities, the ultimates, obviously, for like making pots as well. Because obviously, if the sets, like, if a set, like, yeah, like this. If all that magic is increased, plus 5, multiply all that by 5. Like, Jesus Christ, that's about, what? That's like, what, like 15,000 magicka? Yeah. That would be insane. And if you had like 15k more on my fucking, this is my PvE build, by the way, on like the max magic right now, I'd fit that 35, add 15 onto that, I'd be at 50k. Imagine that, 50k fucking max mag without even fucking trying. I say without even trying, but, you know, perhaps, like, well, to be fair, that's with food as well. And even the food should be on the fucking, should be on my tier system. But yeah, let me know what you think about this fucking tier system. And yeah, and that's where I'm gonna end it on that note.